Hey there, everybody. We're back discussing American Idol, and I think more specifically, we're back to discuss Arthur Gunn because, okay, you know that gif of The Undertaker, like, coming out of the coffin? That is us with Arthur Gunn and American Idol.
Yeah, okay, so listen, we started out this season covering American Idol, and after the auditions, we were both like, yeah, there's some good people here this season. There's some really nice voices here this season. But there's nobody that gets us, like, really excited like we were last season for Arthur Gunn. So originally we were like, yeah, we're going to do the season. And then we got to that point and we kind of looked at each other and kind of like, you know what? If there's no one that's going to get us as excited as Arthur did last season, or just Sam or some of the other contestants from last season, then we were kind of like, you know what? We're not going to come on here and sort of, you know, meander our way through a season that we're only sort of lukewarm on.
Yeah, and then they eliminated Murphy, and I threw a chair through the window, and then it's okay. I didn't really do that,
but Murphy went, and then it was really like, okay, because we did like Murphy a lot, but then we were kind of like, okay, we're not going to come on here and just sort of, you know, fumble our way through a bunch of American Idol videos where every week we were going to come on and be like, meh. It's okay, everyone's okay, but we're not like super excited. Yeah. And then it was this twist announced, and like if this was any other group of people, I'd be on here being like, no, this is unfair. You cannot bring people back from the last season. These other people have fought to be here. How dare you?
Yeah.
But it's Arthur Gunn. So, you know, we're back because we love him.
Welcome to Hypocrite Hill, Population Us.
Yeah, I don't even care. I couldn't believe it when I heard that he was coming back for another chance. Just Sam is great, but Arthur should have won last season. Now he should win this season, and we are back.
We've only heard one performance, and we are already in the Arthur Gunn should win American Idol.
Listen, I am such a fan of his. I've watched tons of American Idol over the years. He is the only person that I follow on YouTube and like listen to any single piece of music that he puts out. I love him. I love his music. I love his style. I love how humble he is. So we're going to get into tonight's performance.
Yeah, we're going to talk Iris. This is pretty much the Arthur Gunn fan account now.
Well, it's also just to let you guys know sort of like what happened to us. Yeah. We were covering it, and then we disappeared, and then Arthur, and now we're back.
Now we're slowly losing our minds.
Yeah, now we're losing our minds.
If you guys enjoyed this discussion of Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, also Iris by Arthur Gunn, be sure to subscribe, because guess what? If you need a reason to vote for Arthur Gunn to advance, you'll probably get more of us talking about Arthur Gunn moving forward, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually vote for American Idol either, but I voted for Arthur again.
I voted for him 10 times. Okay.
Right?
So,
okay, he's just phenomenal. Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about the song that he performed tonight.
Okay. I will start by saying this, because we found out what the people were doing ahead of time.
Yeah.
I was kind of lukewarm before I heard him sing it, because I have heard Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls a million times.
I used to play it on repeat a million times back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, and not only have I heard this a million times, every single time I hear it done on a singing show, it is the same exact arrangement. It is like 100% karaoke. I was petrified that Idol and their big fancy machine was gonna stick Arthur in a box and be like, sing it the exact same way the Goo Goo Dolls did it or else. And then, when he was doing his segment, and he said that he was deciding between an original, this, or Dylan, I was just like, what Bob Dylan song was he gonna do? Like, I really wanted to hear that. But then we heard this actual song.
So good. I was not too worried about it. I actually like that he did this because he does do more sort of Bob Dylan and bluegrass, and that's what I like about him, and that's what I listen to him for. And that CCR song, I still listen to it every single week. I love it. It's just, when I heard he was doing Goo Goo Dolls, I was like, ooh, he is taking a risk. He is
Yeah.
doing something very different, and I'm very curious to see if he's going to put that sort of Arthur Gunn style on it, where he does make it feel like it's a little more bluegrass, and he did. He brought in his own style to it, and he didn't make it sound karaoke or like the song that I've listened to on repeat a million times in my youth. He did a great job. It was so good.
What? Okay, I did love this so much more than I was so worried, but I don't know why he nailed it.
I wasn't worried. It's Arthur. He nails it.
It's just, I love that there was like the original version of this song. It's dramatic in a way, and it's also there's a sense of longing. But I think there's like a melancholy to Arthur's version that I really kind of liked, where he brought in like a little bit of this like funky blues to it, and it gave it a cool vibe. I like that it was sort of stripped down in the beginning. It was just sort of like him and the guitar, sometimes idle. It's almost like they're giving like someone a smoke machine sometimes who has never used a smoke machine, and you just fill the whole room with smoke. Sometimes the band just is like brah, and they just fill the room with sound. Thank goodness they didn't do that here.
It was just also so nice to see him performing on a stage, because we didn't get to see that last season. And even though he is a guy who is so humble, even when Katy Perry is like giving him some sort of feedback and he was just like, thank you so much for having me back, I was just like, oh, you're just so great. Everything about him. I saw him, we all saw him rocking out in his living room last season. I was just like, man, I would love to see him have a bigger stage for something like this, because it was hard to see him rocking out, because sometimes he was not in front of the camera because he was rocking out. And here we finally got to see him on the big stage, and he filled up the stage. That sort of in between where he was just playing and he was like backing up and moving around. He did a great job. He gave me everything I was hoping to see last year when he was on stage.
And this is just from everything we've seen, because we are so far down the Arthur Gunn hole. We haven't even seen the whole episode yet. We came on here.
No, we came on here to talk about it right away.
Immediately. So I haven't heard everybody on the show yet, but from everyone I've seen right now, with maybe like one or two exceptions, it feels like a lot of people are really nervous or almost rusty, or like because they haven't done it in a long time. But it felt so natural with him.
There's also a lot of people tonight that are taking big chances, and they're doing what Arthur did, which is take these songs that aren't really in the wheelhouse of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But he was able to do it. And the other people that were up tonight that were taking these big chances, it was okay, but it wasn't this. And I mean, we also had this like huge performance by Harry Connick Jr. right beforehand, who played like 15 instruments.
Yeah.
And I was like, Arthur better not come up after this. I don't want to see him come up after this. This is really hard to come up after this. And then they were like, oh, and here he is. I'm like, oh no, he's coming up after this huge performance. It didn't even matter. No. He was so good.
Okay, let's talk about his chances here moving forward, because I think...
10 out of 10.
Okay, we voted.
Yeah, we voted.
It isn't
100%.
Okay. I want to have your confidence here. I do, because he was a runner-up.
He was a runner-up.
Yeah.
He got a standing ovation from the judges tonight. All of them. Everyone was on their feet. I mean, they mentioned it. He has a huge fan base.
Yes.
We are part of this fan base.
Yes.
And that they know the votes that came in for him. And I mean, who we've seen so far, and then Arthur, of course, we haven't seen the last half of the show yet, but I just don't think it matters. I think he just has such a fan base. He's so cool. This was a great song. I mean, how can he not be the one that goes through? Don't ruin my dream for me, Matt.
I'm not ruining anything. I'm voted 10 times. If the dream is ruined, it is because of all the ruiners who are out there watching this show.
Not voting for Arthur.
Yeah, see, here's the reason.
And you can vote all week.
That's what you like. Memorize the instructions. Like, good for you. You are prepared.
Listen, we are here to get Arthur.
Yeah, it's like we know why we're here. We're here to extol the virtues of Arthur Gunn. And okay, the other thing I'm a little bit hopeful for here is just it's a curiosity factor. I mean, not to take away from the other contestants, but with Arthur, what excites me is I have no idea what he's gonna do really any week before he actually comes out and does it.
Yeah.
I need that sort of unpredictability in my life. For all of the Survivor fans that are out there, Arthur is the Tony. We're entering every episode. You don't know if Tony is going to get himself voted off, if he's going to, like, throw some giant fish on his back. Arthur will do whatever Arthur wants to do, and this makes me happy.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I think it was Katie that said, that it was Arthur does his own thing. And because he's so confident in himself and what he's singing and his arrangements. I remember that CCR song last season that he rearranged, and even the band was like, we don't know how to do this. He was like, don't even worry about it. I will do it myself. And he just killed it. And that's what is so exciting about him. He's willing to take these chances and make things better.
So if you guys want to continue to see us discussing American Idol, a.k.a.
Arthur.
Right? See, I can get behind this chant. Okay. Start chanting with us now. You guys are 11 minutes into this video. Odds are, if you're still watching, you probably really like Arthur. So, okay.
So go out there and vote. Or you probably already have it this way.
If not, do it. Okay, let us know what you thought about Arthur Gunn's Iris performance in the comments. And subscribe to the channel because we want to be here with you guys talking about Arthur Gunn, provided everyone does the right thing and votes. And okay, if you guys also like this video, support us further. We have links to our Patreon, our store in the description. We'll see you here next time.